Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Citizen Sleeper. So, in the last episode, we met our end with Lim and Mina. So now we are still on the station. We chose not to take Castor's offer of him basically being able to kind of control our body and, snoop in on things to see what the Sealess Foundation was doing. But we did manage to send Lim and Mina off onto Sealess One so they can have their better life now, but we chose to stay on the station. Now there's only one thing left to do, and that is Bliss's Bay. So we'll see what will happen with that storyline. I guess since there's nothing else that really needs to be done, I'll just actually skip ahead to what will happen once you get to that end of the quest line. If something actually happens, then I'll actually record it. If not, then I'll just go ahead and, edit it out and so on and so forth. And that'll be it. And it'll just be a review of my thoughts on the game. But yeah, I'll go ahead and skip to that. So, anywho. All right, just to jump in here for a second. So I managed to somehow get 2 ship mine fragments because I was doing the quest over by the near Bliss's area, where there's like a little area. It's right over here. It's gone now because I went ahead and did the last quest in that, which the last little, I guess the little quest thingy you can call it. But of course the security goes up, and once it maxes out, you can't do anything there anymore. You can't work there or anything like that. But I managed to get 2 ship mine fragments from that, and now I have a third. So I guess I'll go ahead and build this ship mine fragment. I don't need it for anything, but I can just go ahead and do it just to do it and to get rid of that drive. So ship mines cannot be built from scratch, but if you have enough salvage fragments can be reassembled with fabricator. So let's go ahead and give these 3. And now I have a ship mine fragment. So it doesn't, I don't know if that actually did anything. Yeah, I mean, I built it. So gain access to the ore fabricator, gather 6 ship mine fragments, build the ship mine. So yeah, I've done that. Minecraft. And I got an upgrade point for that. So now I have 2. I will go ahead, get this one. That now only leaves me with these to go. So I would need 4 upgrade points in order to do that. And I don't even know if there's actually going to be enough. I don't think there's enough to actually do to get 4. But yeah, just wanted to go ahead and do that. So now that's out the way. And now I have to get to know Enfys. I guess I could go ahead and do that real quick. Install. I do have some Matsutake caps, so let me go ahead and do that. Okay. And that's going to take 3 cycles to turn around and do. So I didn't notice that. I didn't notice that that was actually a quest. I thought it was just going to be him trying to make me some food, but that's another thing. So yeah, I'll go ahead and start that up, and I'll get that out of the way. As you can see, I have a lot of spores, and I have a lot of scrap because I was just doing that in my spare time. But yeah, not a whole lot else has happened. It's just basically me going around doing little odd jobs in order to stay having some cash rolling in. But that's about it. So let me go down here. And I'll just keep on keeping on. So I'll jump back in once that other quest pops up. So skipping. Alright, so I guess I am back now, and it seems that we have a call from Moritz. So, Sleeper, long time. Moritz is smiling at you when you leave. Clearly happy to see you again. Moritz, good to see you. Same. He rubs his hands on his jacket. How have you been? Working hard. I bet, he grins. Well, you're always welcome to hang at the bay if you want. He glances around. Actually, that's what I'm here about. I know Bliss said she didn't want to take any more big jobs, but she changed her mind, or something, he grins. Because now we have something looking for a refit someone looking for a refit of their ship in our bay. You would not believe it. They want their entire ship disarming, cutting out defense arrays, weapon lockers, ship-to-ship countermeasures, the whole lot. He leans in. We'll be able to start an arms dealership with all the hardware we'll have up there when we're done. He laughs. Anyway, it's a massive job and we need some hands. Bliss said to go get you. So come on up. Bliss is waiting on you to accept the job. He pauses. It'll be good to have you up there again, he grins, like old times. Alright, so we have another job with Bliss. We have some great dice, so that'll be helpful. And I'm still waiting on Emphas to actually finish this stuff right here, so let's go ahead and see what we got here. The last hurrah. Let's see. When you enter the bay, it is weirdly quiet. Moritz must be out on some errand, and maybe Bliss is prepping the kit. Ankita? It's your ship we're refitting? You motherfucker. I haven't seen you in so long. Huh. Okay. Sleeper. Ankita is drifting at one side of the bay. You missed her completely when you came in. The idea of not seeing Ankita when you enter a room would have seemed unlikely to you several cycles ago, but seeing her without her armor, she seems smaller, less imposing. Ankita. She nods and kicks off the wall, drifting closer. So what is this, she asks. Come to avenge Ashton or his sleeper? Or just looking for another payout? Her anger is familiar, but quieter than before. Restrained. Well, I mean, I didn't take it that way when I took the money, but I don't want to fight. Then why are you here? She looks away, and you can tell her anger isn't directed at you in particular. It radiates off her like fire. You better be ready to sign, comes a shout from the bay entrance, because I've got my best repair tech coming up here, especially, and they are going to... Bliss glides in and suddenly stops herself when she sees you and Ankita standing off. Oh, Sleeper, you're already here. Miss Cassetta, which is the tech I was telling you about, best on the hoot. She stops looking between the two of you. Wait, do you two know each other? You and Ankita look at each other. We work together. Bliss squints at you both before continuing. Bliss produces a slate. Now, Miss Cassetta, if you'd like to sign our damage waiver here, we can start on the decommissioning. She looks at you. My tech here is eager to get started, as am I. Ankita scrawls her signature across the slate. Thank you, Bliss pauses. And everything is okay with the special payment terms we discussed? She gives Ankita a strange smile. All fine, says Ankita, giving you another hard look. Then she kicks off and drifts to the entrance. I'll be in the gimbal, she says, and leaves. Special payment terms? She looks over her glasses at you. Look, Sleeper, there's something I have to tell you. She glances around again. What is she so nervous about? This isn't exactly a typical job. Miss Cassetta, Ankita, she gives you a knowing look, doesn't have the chits to pay us, so we've made a special agreement, she sighs. I'm leaving. You're joining a mercenary crew. Don't make me laugh. Ankita is an ex-merc. Why do you think she's getting us to remove all her ship's armaments? Amber. The ship is called Amber. Bliss gives you a funny look. There's some deep history here, huh? She holds up a hand to stop you answering. Look, all I care is that she's heading for the starboard belt. She looks out of the bay. That's where I'm headed. She turns back to face you. Also, I wanted to ask, she stops unsure, if you'd like to come with us. And I just said in the last video that I probably would have went with Ankita if I did have a choice. And here I am. And she's pissed at me. And I don't feel like she should be pissed at me. If anything, it should be the other way around. But, sure. I guess. Can I smooth things over with Ankita? I would. She interrupts before you answer. I know things have been hard for you on the eye. You helped me so much. I asked Ankita if she'd carry two of us, and she said yes. Morris will take over the bay anyway, although if you stay, you're welcome to help him run it. I just thought, she sighs, you might be in need of a fresh start as much as I am. She turns away nervously. Think about it anyway. The berth is there. We've got to finish the job first anyway. And with that, she kicks away and heads to the racks. Before you can offer an answer, moments later, Moritz enters with a new cutting torch for the disarming of the ambergris. The starboard belt. You push your thoughts to the back of your mind. Time to get to work. Well, there we are. I gotta say though, I would really appreciate it if there was some way that I could smooth things over with Ankita before I left. I do feel like that's kind of the more clunkier dialogue things in this, because again, how was I supposed to know that she was going to get mad if I took the money? Or is that even the reason why she's mad? Like, I feel like I'm the one that should be mad. She should be trying to apologize to me. But, you know, it is what it is. So let's see if we can get through with this, or how quickly we can get through with this. Oh yeah, this is gonna be done this turn. So I guess we'll have another ending we can see here. Well, unless there's one of these loading things that's gonna pop up. Ember looks better than she ever has before. Bliss has done an incredible job of cleaning up the hull, and despite the exterior changes being limited, she has the impression of being lighter, somehow sleeker than before. Morris drifts by. He's been loading up the final equipment onto Amber. It turns out Ankita will be taking her weapons, but packed and ready to sail at the first starboard belt port she hits. But now Morris is done. He seems in a kind of daze, floating back and forth aimlessly. You okay, Moritz? What's that? He turns. Oh, right, yeah. Packed and stacked. He smiles a weak smile. Was hoping Miss Cassetta would let me keep a warhead. A warhead, sir? What do you think of her? Miss Cassetta? He shrugs. She seems tired and old. Like older than she looks. Hey, Sleeper. He looks down. Did you know Bliss was leaving? You understand now. She told him that's why he is like this. I did. He nods distractedly. She said this place is mine. He looks up around the bay like it's suddenly some vast space he doesn't know what to do with. You'll do a great job. He looks down at you. Hey, thanks. He smiles. I appreciate you saying that. Not many people believed in me before now. First Bliss, then you. I sure didn't believe in you in the beginning. I could have sworn you was going to be the person that actually robbed me, but or robbed us, but all right. A dark look suddenly crosses his face. Hey, Sleeper, there was something Bliss said. He meets your eye. Are you going too? Before you can answer, Ankita glides into the bay, a massive crate on her shoulder. Sleeper, you coming or what? Bliss is already on board. She stops by the terminal, holding herself in place. Moritz looks at her with a dazed expression. You look at Ankita. She's keeping it together now. She's packed all those bad feelings down someplace where you'll never see them and built a tough foundation on top. She may not be a mercenary anymore, but you think most people would think twice before trying to cross her. Well, she looks at you. I'm not eager to spend another moment of my time on this station unless I have to. She pauses, looking between you and Moritz. She sighs. I'll give you a minute. And she kicks off with the crate, taking it to the end of the bay where the Amber sits docked. You look back at Moritz. I'm going. Moritz looks like he might pass out. I get it, he steels himself. It's the right decision. Thank you. Hey, thank you for working with me these past cycles. He smiles a shaky smile. I learned a lot. Hey, look, he moves a little closer. You've got to find what you need. I did. Bliss, this place, you. This was everything I needed. He sniffs. I was in a bad place, and this pulled me out. He looks away. You go find it. Ankita comes back across the bay, the final crate stowed. You coming then, Sleeper? I'm coming. She nods. Well, okay then. Come on over with your things and I'll get you settled. She pauses. I'm sure Amber will be happy to have you. You both glide away from Moritz, his eyes wet, but a smile on his face. He waves as you go, dwarfed by the vast bay, and you hope he will make it even though you know somehow that he will. Ankita helps you through the lock onto the amber, and the sense of familiarity is overwhelming. You think about all the time you've spent working in these corridors, listening to these sounds, diagnosing those hisses. Ankita gives you a minute before she speaks. Look, Sleeper, I'm not going to go back over everything that happened, she sighs. I'm trying to put that behind me. She stops, unsure of how to proceed. It's okay. The past is done. She nods. She stops. Thank you. I don't know if we can begin again, but we can move on. She sounds pained, tired. As you move off down the corridor towards the berth, she tries again. I don't think it was that I thought the wrong things about who or what you are. I think I just didn't think of you, I didn't think about how things might affect you. And I realize I've been like that for a long time. Focused, stubborn, willing to get the job done at any cost. She pauses. This is hard for her, but you don't want to interrupt. Well, I'm sick of paying the cost. I'm sick of being used as an extension of something bigger, something crueler than me. And having that cruelty, that violence flow through me. I just want to be me for a while. She looks down, or at least figure out who that is. She takes a deep breath. So what I'm saying is you can get off at the first port we hit in the belt. I wouldn't blame you. It's a smart move. She pauses. Or you can stick around and we'll see if we can find a way to make space for all of us. She looks away, her energy exhausted. Thank you. She nods. Nothing else. This is you. She turns you to a small room with a bunk and a porthole to the flickering lights outside. The outside wall is sloped like a roof, and tucked beneath it is a small desk and terminal. Bliss is next door, though I think she's in the hold right now. She said she wants to make sure the warheads are locked down tight. Ankita observes your nervous response. They are, obviously. She gives you a look. Ankita slips away, and you look around the room. You go over to the porthole and place a hand on the wall and feel amber purr. You think you're going to like it here. You stay like that for a while, looking out the porthole, one hand on the wall, feeling the ship. It is through that porthole that you will watch the eye getting smaller and smaller, drowning in the black. At some point, it will become so small that you could hold it in between your thumb and index finger, and then it will wink out, and you won't be able to see it anymore. And it is at that moment that you will finally exhale and collapse onto your bunk. In your moments, you will be asleep, and when you wake up, it will be among friends, on your way to somewhere new. Starward Passage. Well, and there you go. That is the ending that I actually went ahead and went along with. It's nice to actually get some closure there. It's nice that you do kind of have just a little bit of dialogue to kind of wrap that up. Again, I kind of would have liked another quest where, you could kind of work some things out with her after that. It's just kind of just ends and, that's it. And if I would have went with one of the other endings, I would have never even known this existed or whatnot. So it would have been nice to have some more interaction with these characters as they go along. Like maybe you could have worked with her. Maybe there would have been some random dialogues or something like that. But it would have been nice to have some type of flow in between these characters as you travel along. But I guess that's also kind of one of the main points of the game, is that you're just kind of living your life. Like, you have your things you have to do. These other characters, while they come into your life, they also go, just like how friends normally do. Like, not all friends are there forever. Sometimes they come in your life and then they go on about their business, and that's just the end of that. So I do like that. I do like the way things kind of wrapped up, and I like that ending. I'm curious as what would have happened with Lem and Mina. I wish I had a save where I can kind of go back and see what that is, but I don't. Maybe I'll actually play through in my spare time and get to those endings, and I'll actually play them one by one. So yeah, that's that. Jump over the age. This was a great game. This was a really great game. Is this going to be an actual end? Yep. That's an actual ending right there. So I wonder if... So that puts me on cycle 67. So I guess I can actually pick up from right there. Okay, so yeah, you can pick up right from where you left off. See, I wish I would have known that, because if I would have known that, then I would have went ahead and picked some of the other decisions where I could have just went ahead and saw how things would have transpired after that. But you know, at least we do have a cutoff right here, and I will go back and play this game in my spare time because again, I did have a lot of fun with it, and I would like to see some of the variations on how certain things played out. But yeah, I think for right now, this is the end of Citizen Sleeper. If I do another video, it will just be of the endings. That's going to take a while because I'm going to have to go through the entire game again, play it all over again in order to try and unlock it, unlock the different endings and so on and so forth. I'll probably mess around with things so I can kind of speed things up, and I'll kind of cheat my way through the game. Hopefully I can do it without breaking it, but yeah, I'll play this again and try and get through it as quickly as I possible. But I honestly don't foresee that happening until at the earliest maybe next week sometime, because I think right now this is Monday, episode 9 just came out, or no, episode 10 just came out. Episode 11, the finale, quote unquote, would have just came out. There should be 1 or 2 more episodes I actually have to edit, including this one. So we're looking at what, Thursday, Friday, when this episode has actually come out. So yeah, and I still actually have another game that I'm supposed to be playing right now on the channel, and I'll start doing that tomorrow. I have to do that tomorrow, which will be Tuesday, so that I can get that out Wednesday, Thursday, something like that. So yeah, a lot of upcoming things that's going on, but that's where things kind of currently stand right now. So yeah, I'll try and get to the other endings as soon as I possibly can and try and get back to the Lemon Mina stuff, but I don't foresee that happening for quite some while because this is quite a long game. I would have to play this all day in hopes of just trying to get to that point, but you know, I do have a job, so I can't quite put off everything for that. But, you know, hopefully you like this series and hopefully you enjoyed seeing this game. And I highly, highly encourage everyone to purchase this game. This was a really, really good game. Again, I did not expect the game to be this long. I did not expect this much content. I did not expect any of this. And it has been a very great experience. It has been a very great game. And I definitely put this up there with The Life and Suffering of Sir Bronte and Suzerain. They were definitely great games. I can easily put this right below Suzerain, if not right on par with Suzerain. You know, I'd probably give Suzerain more just because of it's my shtick, but also just the variations of certain things. There's so many different pathways you can take, and it's not written in a manner where you can kind of gamify the game. But this is also in a very similar fashion too. It's just there's the random aspect. Like, this is life. Things happen. Things doesn't always go as you plan. And it's a lot more personal. And I really do like that about this story. And I definitely hope that, and I highly encourage Jump Over Their Age. If I have any influence at all, please make more content for this game. I would definitely love to see more content from this, more stories, more characters. Even if you don't have more characters, I would like to see just more from this universe, you know, just more everything, because this has been a very enjoyable experience. And yeah, I had a blast with it. So I'm going to stop talking now. I've been rambling on and on. You have my thoughts about it. Go pick up the game. I will have the link in the description, so you can go ahead and get on over to Steam and pick that up, or whatever platform you can pick it up on. So yeah, if you like the video, like the video. If you want to see more content like this, subscribe. I have a lot of things on the channel like this and others, and I will have many other things in the future. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, feel free to leave them in the comment section, and I will get to it as soon as I possibly can. And if you have any suggestions, also leave it in the comment section, because again, I am taking suggestions for certain games, especially now with this kind of wrapping up. I do have one game that I do plan on playing on the channel. And as far as that goes, I don't know if I'm going to turn it into a series. We will see. I actually might end up turning Norco into a series as well, also. But as of right now, my slots are kind of free when it comes to actual games that's coming up after this. So if you see anything that's narrative driven or things that you feel like might fit on this channel, or you just might want to see me play it or whatever, I'll give it a look. You know, I'm always willing to at least give it a look, and I might give it a video or two, and we'll go from there. But by all means, leave it in the comment section and I'll get to it. So I really do thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this series as much as I've enjoyed this, and I hope you do get a chance to play the game for yourself. But thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. See ya.